Today I fucked up by disgusting my girlfriend after having reversed 69. Throwaway because of not seeing the end of this by my friends. This actually happened 9 years ago when I was just with my GF. Me 29 male and girlfriend 27 female. Were together for at least a few months at the time. She never had any sexual experience prior to dating me, so we were trying a lot of new but vanilla sex stuff. I wouldn't consider myself a veteran, but as I was the more experienced one, I was basically the director in the bedroom all the time. Which was cool with both of us, because she's a bit shy and I'm more the extrovert one. Just so you know, we were still kinda finding our way around each other and sex helps in the process. So on this particularly night, as we are about to have sexy time again, my girlfriend was laying down on her back on the bed. Her neck was kinda on the edge of the bed, and as a veteran porn watcher myself, I immediately thought it would be fun to lean over and basically have reversed 69. Now picture this, as a Middle Eastern man in a Western country I'm very conscious of the body hair and I basically shave everything. You see those hairy bear guys memes? Jup, I look like one of those. So to not scare this precious angel of a GF, I'm basically shaving and trimming for at least 2 hours before the encounter. However, it never crossed my mind to shave somewhere where the sun doesn't shine. So after I leaned over to start the reversed 69, my girlfriend immediately stopped moaning. Not thinking it could be the view of her seeing my utterly hairy ass, I stopped because I thought I went too hard on her. She stood up afterwards and kinda lost her appetite, because she didn't wanted to continue. I was thinking maybe we were not ready for this. After I tried comforting her, all suddenly she started asking me all kind of questions about waxing in general. If I'm against it and that it would be funny if she tried that with me. Which I thought was a weird conversation, especially after this weirdish situation. I really didn't think much of that night anymore and we stopped doing the reverse 69 for a time. Fast forward a year later, I had some issues where I thought I might be having hemorrhoids. I decided to take a look with a mirror on the ground and hover over it, and boy. It was so hairy I couldn't see anything but hair. I felt disgusted and I suddenly remember that particularly night. Let's say it takes 5 hours now to take a shower. TLDR. I tried reversed 69 with my girlfriend and she saw my hairy ass and felt disgusted. We just got engaged. Edit. Drawing of the whole situation. Edit 2. OMG, this blew up, guys. RIP inbox. Thanks for the gold, kind strangers. Just to clarify some things. This happened when we were 20 male and 18 female. Reverse 69 means man on top in this case. I wash my ass thoroughly, Middle Eastern way. It must have been just the hair, I'm afraid. She wasn't trying to eat my ass. I drew that picture in 2 minutes on my iPhone, lol. You guys are awesome. NFT loading. Based on your diagram, I'd call this a 71. Lol, that drawing is pure art. The drawing makes this post 300% better. Thank you. Edit. Holy fuck, I just tossed this in here because it gave me a laugh. OFC, my low effort comment is my most upvoted one. SMH, thanks guys. At first I was trying to figure out what the fuck a reverse 69 was and how that would even work. Like you're eating ass while forming a tire. But once the picture finally loaded I devolved into a chimp screaming with laughter. Totally expected a drawing of the hairy ass, pensive face, pensive face. Fantastic illustration. The color choice for your drawing is spot on. You even added a few dots to illustrate your ass jungle. Marvelous. Skeptical smiley face. I get that everyone is different, but it sucks that you feel like you have to shave everything. Sad face. Can you please add a second drawing that illustrates the ass hair so we have the complete picture? Hard to make an assessment here. Today I fucked up by not taking a teenager's business idea seriously enough. About a year ago I was approached by a 16-year-old kid on LinkedIn with an business idea. He wanted me to work with him on, I assumed, a for free until funding basis. I'm a UX designer. I thought it was weird to be randomly contacted, but the foundations of his idea I thought were really solid and had growth potential, so I organized a call to discuss details, etc. He ended up not being able to attend that call, and when he reached out to reschedule, the message just slipped through my inbox unread for a while. After all, it was just a young guy with big dreams. How many guys are out there saying they've got the next big startup idea? So a week goes past and I forget about rescheduling, and then a month goes past and I forget about the idea altogether. A year goes past and I see his company in the news receiving over $2 million in venture capital funding. Too long did not read. Didn't take 16 yo with startup ideas seriously. Missed out on a good growth opportunity. Finally a today I fucked up that doesn't have to do with painful post-sex genitalia. Wow, that blows. What was his idea anyway? Follow up and re-engage. The real fuck up would have been if you worked for free on an idea that had no legs and flopped. The majority do, but obviously this kid is the exception. Now his company has some seed capital. I'll bet they still have UX problems to solve and new projects that need design. You can land a gig and have your choice of cash, equity, or likely a little of both. I don't think you missed out on dollar here. More like you missed out on 2 years of eating ramen noodles and watching helplessly as a 16-year-old burns $100,000 per month on an AWS budget he doesn't need. Serious question. Why would that funding make the news? That's not really how funding works. You wouldn't get paid any of that money if you had designed the UX. Don't beat yourself up over it lol. Everybody has the next big thing planned. And just because this one kid made it big, doesn't mean the hundreds behind him will as well. It also goes to show that a lot of major things come about from nothing. Heck, even our most popular items to date, Apple and Windows, started off in a garage with pennies, and now look at them. I'm known for a single mistake I made similar to this, except mine is now worth $242 million. I would have had no equity though. We would have been the supplier for their primary product. I can laugh now, but I didn't think anyone in their right mind would use their product. I vastly underestimated the market for what they wanted to do. Today I fucked up by not asking my girlfriend to quit her job. My girlfriend, 22F, has been working under a bad boss, who basically forces all his staff to work overtime and on weekends. Since this is a fixed salary job, they usually get no overtime or extra pay for putting in the extra hours. Whenever they request holidays, the manager just rains down on them and never approves them. She loves the work, but the manager essentially makes it unbearable for everyone. All in all, it is a shitty situation all round. This exacerbated since the last few weeks. All weekends are working, no leaves, and the whole shebang, and she intensified her job search to get out of this rut. She pinged me today with her usual bitching about her manager and her hard luck in the interviews. We had an understanding that I was just supposed to let her vent and work through her feelings and not provide my stupid solutions because that does not help anyone. I feed her the usual pap about how it's not her fault that there are less openings out there right now and how she anyways only has to do it until she joins her business school 3-4 months down the line. Just as I said this, she suddenly starts trading blows faster than Muhammad Ali. She starts ranting about me living in my perfect little world where everything is awesome and nothing is wrong. Then, she asks me why I haven't asked her to quit her job and told her it's okay to be jobless. My dumb brain decides to say, because you were in a worse mental state when you weren't able to find a job. I just don't want you to be in such a bad place. Without further prompting, I add, it's not like I've stopped you from quitting, all hell breaks loose. And she says she absolutely hates me. Starts blaming me for not letting her quit her job. That even if stuff in my life sucks, I'm nitpicking and her life is the one that's a 100x worse. She decides to break up with me on text and just writes, I'm done with you. This unfolded in lesser time than you spent reading this story. Now I'm sitting with my phone, suddenly single with the newfound knowledge that my life is perfect, and not knowing what to do. Too long did not read. Girlfriend rants about job. I don't tell her to quit, she quits me. She did you a favor. Send her a gift basket and a thank you card. She needs to grow up. You're probably better off. My wife has had similar issues in the past. I hate hearing about it, but I just her to death. She's never once blamed it on me. She is blaming you for her choices. She is toxic and taking it out on you. Normally I would say let her cool off. She has reached her breaking point. But based on your past experiences with her, GTFO. Perfect. You dodged a bullet. Move on, don't take her back. Go live your best life, king. Please let this be the last time. Please. Look at your own post history. Remember how you felt last Christmas, dumped by text. Remember how you felt every time she made you feel lower than dirt after you tried your best to do the right thing. Take a deep breath and feel what you feel now. All this misery, uncertainty, loneliness, confusion, guilt, all of it is here to stay for as long as you are with this girl. She walked out again. Don't let her back in. Don't. You know better now. You know if you do you'll be right back here in a year. Nah. You didn't fuck up. You got lucky. When she comes back explaining why she acted the way she did, be sure you've moved on. Change your locks and drop her shit in a box outside the door. Imagine a grown woman wanting you to tell her what to do about her career. And I bet you if you had, you'd be a controlling bastard who wants her to financially dependent on someone. Nobody wants to date an emotional vampire. Let this be a lesson op and do not take her back. If this is the same girl from your other posts, definitely let her go. Today I fucked up by taking too much edibles on my flight. This is ongoing and I am currently pacing in my hotel RO. 4.5-hour flight to Las Vegas for a work trip. I smoke regularly but don't do a lot of edibles. I had a 225 mg chocolate bar from a dispensary and took it on the plane with me. Typically about 30 mg will calm me down and feel great. I took what would have been 30 mg and dove into Zelda on the Switch. What I believed was an hour later I decided I didn't really feel anything, so I grabbed another bit and dove back into Hyrule. At some point I nodded off and I woke up as we were landing. Immediately I know I am absolutely wrecked. Workout a doubt, destroyed. My coworker sitting across from me asks if I am feeling alright. My eyes were burning, my mouth is drier than the Vegas air and the cabin is spinning. I start to get more and more anxious and self-conscious, panicking that everyone knows I'm high. I make small talk but I'm mumbling and he doesn't know what I'm saying, so he's just responding, yay. We are walking to baggage and now I'm self-conscious because I'm being quiet and everyone has commented on my eyes. I claim contacts are dry. But I'm still taking in all of the lights and colors of Vegas, so I'm vibing in the airport. I started to relax and we get to the luggage conveyor and I just lose it. I have no idea what my bag looks like. None. Zero idea. Couldn't even guess a color. The belt starts to turn and my heart rate increases as the belt speeds up. The bags come around the corner and I know I'm fucked. I can't pull anything out of my brain. I didn't know what to do. All I could think about was everyone waiting for me while I just watched this stupid thing spin. Everyone was grabbing their stuff, so I just started grabbing bags that looked familiar. Black bags, red ones, green bags, anything. All I knew was it was bigger and it had 2 wheels. The bags went around one whole time and I didn't find my bag. Now, I failed to mention I had mushrooms in my checked bag. So at this point I've convinced myself that my bag got confiscated. Everyone has their stuff and is chatting to the side. I am in a cold sweat. My heart is beating out of my chest. I'm half expecting the police to come around the corner. My coworker comes over and asks the one thing I've been dreading. What's your bag look like? I don't know. Isn't that it? Points to a navy blue 2-wheeled larger bag about to pass by. I honestly could not tell you, but let's take a look. As I grabbed the bag I start surveying the room to see if anyone starts to protest me taking this bag. I give it an awkward spin looking for a name tag and slowly open the front pocket. I see my face cream and burst out laughing. Instant relief. My coworker is looking at me like I am insane and we stroll to the cab. Once we got to the hotel there was a whole different debacle, but I am thankful I was able to experience that scenario. Too long did not read. Ate too much edibles on a plane. Panicked and forgot what my luggage looked like while my coworkers waited. I guess you learned your lesson? Chill on the edibles in public, namely work trips. Edit. Great story though, glad you're all safe and sound at the hotel. I am genuinely sorry you're suffering, but damn. I lost it when you said you'd no idea what your bag looks like, couldn't even guess. I took some edibles the other day and I took more than I usually would and I felt like I was gonna fucking fall out of my chair. Lol, edibles are scary, you take a little too much and just fucking schmacked. Took an overnight flight to the UK for work, ate 150 mg of edibles before checking in. Best flight ever. Business class lay flat seat, unlimited chocolate bars from the galley, and watch Avengers Infinity War and Endgame back to back. What kind of job do you have, that you take edibles and psychedelic mushrooms on a work trip? Knew this would be a good fuck up from the first sentence. Currently pacing in my hotel RO. If you don't feel anything after eating an edible or taking a hallucinogen, definitely take more. It always works out well. I did that once but with my card pin. Completely forgot what it was and got my debit card blocked.